Societal norms or expectations about how we humans should live our lives have been ingrained in our brains since we were children. Small things that most of society believes you shouldn't worry about. You should just let life do it. Just do it! Things like getting married or having children, getting a job, or something as small as walking down the road. You'd be surprised at how different men experience those aspects and how women experience them. Many people won't believe me, but there's one phrase that sums up this whole thing perfectly. A phrase that summarizes how women all over the world live life differently. And that phrase is male privilege. Oh, you don't know what male privilege is? Well, you're about to find out. Male privilege. Why are more people not talking about it? It's definitely something that I think more people should not just talk about, but they should ingrain into their children's brains, especially their boys, that male privilege is not good. They should explain to them what it is, what it means, and how they can contribute to society without expressing male privilege, without abusing it. And that's a dark, no pun intended. Now, before I get into this, I'd like to highlight the two primary ladies that helped me achieve the purest information about male privilege. My two good friends, AJ and Whitney. Two not just beautiful women, but women that are not white, that have experienced male privilege on a very, very heavy level. I was planning on asking only my wife about this topic when she cleared my head and said, you need to get experiences of male privilege for more than just a white woman. Black and brown women have it much worse. And my wife could not be more correct. That's why I'm getting AJ and Whitney's testimonies in regards on how male privilege personally affected their lives. I also did a little bit of my own research, and the that I found floored me. Not only did I inquire AJ and Whitney, but I also inquired my female identifying friends and colleagues on my socials, and I received dozens of comments, not just on TikTok, but on YouTube, my Instagram DMs, and guys, I couldn't believe how many came forward with stories and exposures of male privilege and the effects it left in their lives. I literally couldn't believe it. So my fellow gentlemen, I would like for you to sincerely stop and think about everything that I'm about to tell you in this video. Think about it like you think about your mistress blowing you after work. Just because you identify as a man, you get benefits in life that not some, not most, all women don't get. No matter the path in life, rich, poor, and everything in between. Now, there are three different levels of male privilege: intimate, fundamental, and personal. Fundamentally, we all fully understand the fact that women are literally paid 76 cents to every dollar that men earn, no matter the aspect of career or job that they have, the level of education, no matter the experiences or qualifications they have. Women are still underpaid when it comes to men. So just for you being a dude, you get paid more. I mean, the male privilege is just glistening off of our bodies. When Ketanji Brown Jackson became the first black woman to be appointed to the highest court of the land, men questioned her intelligence, questioned her credentials, asking for her LSAT scores. No other judge got asked those questions. And that brings my point to the unsettling differences in male privilege between white women and black and brown women. Just imagine being a woman in this country. Now imagine being a black or brown woman in this country. I literally can't even imagine. In 2020, a thread went viral on Twitter and TikTok. A question on that thread that opened many people's eyes once women started answering said question. What would you do if men disappeared for 24 hours? The answers that these women gave are staggering. It's things that we do on a daily basis. Everyday mundane things. Things that most of us guys don't even think about, like jogging with your headphones on or dancing in a park at 3 a.m. without worrying about your life. I truly cannot believe that women have to deal with such small things every single day, man. When to them, the things that I just mentioned are much bigger than we think. Your safety in a rational society should be key number one. You should never, ever feel unsafe. And honestly, reading through that thread's comment section made me stop for a minute and truly understand what male privilege really is. When I asked my two friends to give me some personal experiences with male privilege, I figured I'd get a couple here and there, but what I did not expect was the brutality behind their words. AJ told me that if men in her culture did not want to get married or have children, that's absolutely perfectly okay. Everyone in that culture is cool with that. She even told me that some men in her culture beat up women and everyone in the community knows about it, but no one shrugs a shoulder. No one gives a f. Women in that culture apparently are just supposed to take it and deal with it. Any man that puts his hand on another woman is not a man. Those are imbeciles that are this big that need to compensate for it. Women go through everyday life where they're being sexualized, even at a disturbingly young age. As soon as the stage of development commences, women are expected to dress responsibly, to not dress in a way that brings male gazes at them. Or why don't men just keep their dirty hands and thoughts to themselves and stop approaching women like that? Why don't we start with that? Because most of y'all are coming off super grapey. Did you know that it is still legal in more than 30 states in the United States for a rapist to sue his grape victim for child visitation and custody if his forcible insemination resulted in a pregnancy? How is this even okay? And another example of male privilege most people don't know about. But there's something that Whitney analyzed for me that, as a history major, I should be ashamed I forgot about. A part of US history that they won't teach you in public school. She analyzed the statement strong black woman in a way that I never realized it. The father of gynecology, J. Marion Sims, utilized his slaves for experimentation, specifically slave women. He mutilated their bodies in the name of science with no use of anesthesia. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Because a man convinced himself that black women could not feel pain. They actually removed this from Central Park where he was propped up for years. And I'm glad. Good. Don't praise this piece of racist, torturing shit. We still live in a society today where black and brown women die more during childbirth than any other women. We live in a country where women are not just underpaid, but sexualized and degraded for not wanting the societal norm of having children or being married, where they have to dress accordingly and properly, not to get sexually abused by creepy ass men that can't keep their little in their pants. Men that weren't loved by their mothers, so they shifted into really utilizing their male privilege in life. Men like Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, and Danny Masterson. I want my fellow men, and not just them, I want all of you to understand that male privilege is a very real thing. And I hope this video showed you at least a little bit of insight on how dangerous male privilege can be. How it's used for manipulation and degradation, for disrespect and utter cruelty, honestly. I know for a fact that most men that come through this video are not gonna believe anything I just said. I know for a fact that they won't believe male privilege is even real. And these are the same men that believe that an old white guy with a beard standing on a cloud will be waiting for them when they die in front of a golden gate. How ironic. How ironic. But here's my question of the week, and you probably already know what I'm gonna ask you. Do you think male privilege is real? Comment below, let me know, and I'll see you in the comment section. But if you want to continue traveling through the mind of a leftist, check out that next video right here. And if you can, please, friends, support the channel on Patreon. I will leave those links right here and in the description below and at the end of this video. I hope to see you there. Come get early access, private lives, podcasts, and much more on my Patreon. I hope to see you there. Subscribe for weekly leftist videos. And I am out.